Hello, good morning. Today I want to give you some secrets that I've learned through all these years working as a salesman. And I think it is really important for anyone that has achieved certain level of knowledge and has seen that this knowledge is applicable and usable for everyone, for him to be giving it away to others as a gift. That's what I believe in. Everything that I learned that I think would be useful for others, for me to give it away to others, for them to use it. Now, this what I want to talk to you about is probably the biggest secret in sales. And what I mean as a biggest secret in sales, it means that every salesman that starts something new, each entrepreneur that starts working in something new, is going to face this and is going to know how to work this through and get out of this trouble or this issue that can stop actually his growth, okay? And the secret that I'm going to tell you about is called resistance to change, okay? And now I'm going to explain you a little bit about this. Long time ago, I was playing tennis when I was 20, and I was only using polyester strings because those were the only strings that were good in durability for me. Before that, I was using Kevlar, which was really, really tough on my arms. So when polyester came out, I started using it, and some friends started asking me why wasn't I using copolyester, and I was like, why, if I already have what I need, which was durability, and the way in which I play is the way in which I get certain results, right? Power or spin or control. But then one day I didn't have my rackets with me, and someone invited me to play, so I borrowed some rackets from a friend, and he had some Signal Pro strings on. So I went to play, and before that I could never play with any racket that was not my racket. For some reason I couldn't find good playability in anyone else's racket. But in this case I played amazing, like my shots were going in so fast and so better, and I was having a lot of control. So I realized that this resistance of change that I had, in which I didn't want to even try other strings but the ones that I was already using, got me into a trouble, which was not getting better in the tennis court, But this resistance of change, or resistance to change, is something that human beings have, It's something that everyone in this world has with them as soon as they are born, Now I'm going to tell you what's the definition that I found in the internet about resistance to change. And it says, resistance to change is unwillingness to adapt to new circumstances or ways of doing things. It can happen with individuals, relationships, or within organizations. There are many reasons for resistance, but at its heart, resistance is rooted in fear of the unknown. Okay? Now I want to stretch this definition and make you understand. This fear is something that guides us in life. A lot of people have this fear to the unknown, and they don't want to even try something new, because what happens if they don't like it? What happens if it makes them worse? What happens if for some reason they won't achieve what they're looking for when they change, okay? Now, I want you to know something. Einstein said that if you want different results, stop doing always the same, okay? And this is really important, because it means that there could be better products out there for you, and you would still not be willing to change for this resistance that you have. Now, why is this important for me to tell it to everyone, that is going to start something new, or any entrepreneur that is going to start a new business? It doesn't matter if this business is going to sell the same product that the competitors, or it's going to bring a new product into the market. And this is what happened to us in the past. We brought in the hexonic power, which is probably the best tennis string in the world, okay? And it's not me the one saying it. You know what? I thought of it when I got it, when I tried it. But Stringpedia, the biggest tennis lab in the world, it gave this string the best qualification for a copolyester in the history of modern tennis strings, okay? That does not mean that this is the biggest selling tennis string in the world, because of one reason, because we need to break the resistance to change. You know, there are many players that could be benefited by using this string, and they are still not doing it because they don't know it. You know, it's really simple. They don't know the string. Why, if the string is not good for them? It was rated as the best tennis string in the world, but it does not mean that everyone's gonna be willing to change it and try it out, okay? So this is important because there are many cars out there, and some people are using the same brand of cars for all their lives, you know? There could be better cars for them, cars that break less or that have less problems, but they still keep on using the same brand of cars, you know? Or let's say the same brand of food, okay? So they always go to the same chain of restaurants, and they're never willing to try something new because they're comfortable with it, you know? But most of it, they have this, what we call fear to the unknown, okay? Now, the same case scenario comes with this one. This string was created working with a team of experts in the US, okay? And we got, after we launched the string, the best qualification for all the strings in the world in that year, in 2018, by Tennis Magazine. They tested all the different strings in the world, of all the big brands in the world. And they gave this one the test winner for 2018, okay? Which is really amazing. But it does not mean that everyone is willing to try it out or even change their brand of string to Signum Pro. Now, in the past, I got the question, you know, from some players like, well, which professional player is using Signum Pro or Genesis? And I want you to know something interesting. We didn't have any huge professional tennis player using Signum Pro. We only had Yuzny and Kukushkin, Stakovsky, and other players, right? But then one player came from nowhere, and I mean 0 ATP points, to become a top 6 in the ATP, which is Matteo Berrettini, using Firestone from Signum Pro. And that does not mean that the people that asked me that question are using now Signum Pro, okay? For one reason, they still have resistance to change, okay? So what I want you to know and understand is that when I give you this secret, and let's say you're an entrepreneur and you're gonna start a new business from anything, you're gonna start selling painting, okay? Paints, or any other product in the world. I want you to understand that you will have to fight this resistance to change. And if your product is really better than all the other products, it is your duty to work out and get through this resistance to change, because you're gonna help someone to get better, to play better, to feel better, to have a better product in their house, you know? Like what I mean about paintings, when you paint your house, some paintings that are really popular could probably be bad for your house, you know, and probably they will fade out in a really short period of time, you know, and there could be a better painting brand that will last longer in your house and that will resist the sun in your house for a longer period of time, but you are not willing to try it because you always go with the same brand, okay? The same thing happens with this one. This string lasts almost 3 times more than many of the big brands out there, you know, and the most sellable strings in the world. This one lasts 2 or 3 times as much. And this means that you're gonna be spending less money in string jobs and less money in your strings if you are gonna use 1 reel of this one while you would be using 3 reels of the others, okay? But still, if you're not willing to try to break this resistance of change and try our string, then you will never know, okay? So I have done my best effort as a salesman and as a businessman to bring the best products to your hands. So you will be better in the tennis court, achieve better goals, and at the same time have better economy. Okay? So now it is up to you to change this. Now, at the same time, for any entrepreneur in the world that has to break this resistance of change, it is your responsibility to change that client that you have and to help him become better and find a better product for him to be happier in life, okay? Because one of the most important things in life is to find the pleasure, okay? And in my case, I find the pleasure in the tennis court. And when I find a better product that makes me play better, then I have more pleasure in my life. Well, that's what I'm looking for my clients. And if you're an entrepreneur and you're bringing a better product for your clients, then it's your responsibility to find that pleasure for your clients as well. Thank you so much, and I hope this little conference or this little talk or chat that I'm giving to you is helpful and will help you achieve better goals in your life for many other things, not only for tennis. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.